We're still here with Community Action Council representatives Melissa Tibbs and Katrina Bowman to talk about how the organization is fighting child poverty throughout the state of Kentucky. And Katrina, recently Community Action Council put on a poverty simulation that happened in the city of Lexington. So talk to us about that event, and Melissa, you can tag in as well. But talk with us about why that was important to offer for the community to be part of.
Sure, I think with the poverty simulation, and this is really Melissa's baby, so I'll let her do most of the lifting on this one.
Go for it.
But with the poverty simulation, I think it's so important for the people in the community that have never experienced poverty, just to get that moment, just to experience what people have to go through. I think a lot of times people say, oh, well, they have all types of government assistance available to them if they would just get out and pull themselves up by their bootstraps. But when you go through that simulation, it really shows you how difficult it is, one, to navigate those resources, two, to even know what resources are available, and really you get the feeling of sort of even at times desperation that our families go through. You know, what does it feel like to not have enough money to pay your rent? You get that feeling in that moment, not to know how you're going to feed your child. And so we heard a lot of people take away from that experience, wow, I never knew what people must be experiencing it. And I think it helped them to see our families with low income as their neighbor.
You know, and the poverty simulation gives real life scenarios. These are real families with real conditions and circumstances, and people who come in are assigned a family member. They don't know who they're going to portray prior to arriving. And one of the things that we do especially is make sure that adults play the role of children, because we know that children often, are in a position of great vulnerability, and they watch and observe and just sense the stress that their family members are going through as they're trying to do all of the things that we need to do to live in our society. Have and retain their shelter, find food, go to school, go to work, all of the things. And when there are barriers or instances in which that's not easily done, the children feel it. And so in our reflection that we do after the simulation, we had a lot of individuals who were playing the role of 8-year-olds or 5-year-olds, and they said how much they felt uneasy. They felt that they could sense the real frustrations and aggravations, and it was difficult for them because they were supposed to act as a child would act, so they're not able to participate in trying to determine resources and looking out for what else we could be doing to make it through to the next week in the simulation. And they really talked about how that affected them and their emotional sort of understanding of how it is to be a child living in circumstances that are uncertain.
So it seemed like a very powerful event for people to be a part of. How did the idea come about?
So we purchased our kit, and it's based on a lot of research and again real life circumstances, and it has everything in it is simulated. We purchased our kit from the Missouri State Association. So Community Action is one of 1,000 community action agencies in the country, and each state has a state association, and this is their way of helping people have a better understanding of the experience of poverty.
And I know with Community Action Council, this poverty simulation is one of many events that you all do over the entire course of the year. And I know one very successful campaign is this Unlimited Impact initiative. So Katrina and Melissa, talk to us about this particular campaign.
Sure. May is Community Action Month, and so we are so excited to really be able to showcase the good work of Community Action Council. And so this year, as part of the Unlimited Impact, we are focusing in on Impact the Vote, because as Melissa mentioned, part of our mission is also advocacy. So we want our families that we serve to be a part of the political process, to understand the importance of getting out and voting. We are nonpartisan, so we don't take a stance in who they should vote for. It's just the fact we want your voice to be heard, because your voice is important. You represent your neighborhood, and so you want to make sure that the representatives that are elective are a true reflection of who you are and what you want to be seen in the community. So we've got several events coming up this month. On the 21st, we're going to be doing neighborhood walks, really going door to door to people, just reminding them to get out to vote. On the 22nd, we'll be doing that all throughout Fayette, Bourbon, Harrison, and Nicholas counties. And then on the 22nd, we're going to have a watch party at Creole from 6 to 10. We're going to have a good time. If you bring your I voted sticker, then you're going to be registered and you could potentially win a dinner that night. And we'll have live music, and there'll be an unlimited Impact the Vote drink. And so we're going to have a good time. And then May 31st, we'll have our final kickoff. We're going to have free ice cream for people that have registered to vote down at Crank and Boone. So come out with us, learn more about community action. The whole point of the Unlimited Impact campaign is really to raise awareness about our community services block grant funding, to let people know how we've used those funds in this community to actually help people to get out of poverty. People have started their own business, they've gotten GEDs, they've gone on to post-secondary education because of that funding.
How can people find out information about Community Action Council? Where do they go? Who can they call? What's the best way?
Well, we have a website. It's www.comaction.org. That's 2 M's in the middle. And we also are very active on social media. And social media is probably the best way to connect with us, because you can see kind of in the moment what's happening, what success, opportunities are happening, but also kind of what we're working towards. We often do a lot of just regular posts. Again, we cover a wide geography with the 4 counties that I mentioned, and as well as the statewide operations that we have. So we're constantly kind of letting people know exactly what's going on in every corner that we serve.
Thanks for watching In Focus Kentucky. You can watch this or any of our past shows online at SpectrumInFocus.com, and you can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Just search @Mario Anderson TV to keep up with updates about this show. Have a great week.